What's up, people? I'm going to do a very quick review and possibly in-flight of this little chopper I just picked up at 7-Eleven, of all places. And I know, after I bought it, I went online and was like, what the fuck, why are they selling that at 7-Eleven? So apparently they sell these at 7-Eleven and CVS, not CVS, but Circle K, and I never knew that. So, I just went there to get some cigarettes, and I saw this thing. I was like, hey, what the fuck? Why not? So I picked it up for $100. Um, I've flown a few little ones, very small ones. This one is a little bit on the larger side, as you can see. You can see the size of my hand compared to the rest of it. It looks to be about, what is that, about 20 inches long, maybe? Maybe about 24 inches long, so it's maybe about 2 feet in length. Looks probably from, the landing little thingy to this top part thingamabob here. It's probably about 6 inches or so with the height of the rotors. I don't know. This probably is all on the bag or in the box. But, so you can sort of get the dimensions there. I've been flying it outside. And, it's easily, I'm not going to say it's easily controlled. I mean, but it controls better than the smaller ones that I have, actually. Some of the smaller ones, especially some of the cheaper ones, have a tendency to not fly very well. Especially, I had one that you operate from the cell phone. Forget about that thing. Oh man, that sucked. That broke within like a week or so of me having it. It was horrible, and it wasn't because of like I crashing into anything. It was hovering. It was probably, I don't know, 20, 30 feet in the air, and then I started to go down, and I guess the wings, I don't know what happened, but, or not the wings, the propellers, the blades, it just sort of broke, and it snapped the internal gear, as you guys can see the gear here. On the small one, the Y-Fly is what it was called. The gears inside of there are actually stripped out, and it didn't fly after that at all. So this is the Extreme SG by SYMA, or SYMA, however you guys want to pronounce it. I pronounce it SYMA, SYMA, Extreme SG8, or S-8G, sorry. And I believe it's a 2.5 controller, or 2.4 gigahertz. I think it's, anyway. So this is the controller here, got your up, down. This up, down, the throttle up and down, it's not spring loaded. So basically, you put it where you want to put it, and it'll hover and whatnot. You got your buttons up here. This one is for high and low speed. And if I remember correctly, this one is for the trim for forward and backward, or maybe just forward. There's another trim button here. These other trim buttons, so this is your controller. You got your high and low speed here. You have your trim button for either forward or reverse. I'm not sure which it is. And your trim button here is the only other trim button that actually works. Which makes sense. The other ones are fake. They just look like they work. Cool thing about this, it's got a little indicator light. I don't really care about that, but it's got an LCD, which is not backlit. And I'll show you basically, where, how fast you're throttling up and all that other shit. That really doesn't make any difference. Cheers, by the way, if you're joining me with that. So outdoor flight with it on a windy day, obviously with these types of helicopters, they're a little bit iffy, especially for $100. This isn't your it's not your gas powered acrobatic frickin' type of helicopter at all. It's like a beginner open the box and you fly it pretty much. I let my 4-year-old try to fly it. He crashed it many times. He had a tendency to just want to pull all the way up on the throttle and just let it fly up and then plummet back down, which it has taken a lot of abuse from that kid so far, and I've only had it for like 2 or 3 days, and I mean he's crashed the shit out of it, and nothing's broken yet. It comes with 2 spare propellers, Only 2 of them though. So if you happen to break all 4, well, I guess you're pretty much screwed, aren't you? You're just gonna have to go buy some more. And I think there's also a back prop propeller also in there, if I remember correctly. Maybe it's just the screwdriver that came with it. Excuse me. When you turn the chopper on, there's these little lights, you know. It's kind of cool, I guess. I'm really not into the lights, but, you know, whatever. I tried, I was like, oh, maybe it would work without the lights being on, but no, yeah, they have to stay on, unfortunately. Then it's got a little spotlight up here it's blinking right now, but when the chopper is actually activated by the remote, it will stay constant. I mean, there's really not much else to say about it. I think it can get up to about 100 or so feet. I haven't done that simply because my neighbors' houses are very close. We're very close to each other. So, you know, I have probably a, I don't know, 50 or 60 by 60 foot backyard. So with the wind and all that, it's already flown into my neighbor's yard once, and he's kind of a dick. So I don't like that happening. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on the bed here and see if this bitch can get flight inside. Which I know I can fly inside. I fly it around the living room all the time. Scare the shit out of the cats. They don't like it at all. I've never tried to, to fly it off of the bed here. So hopefully I won't crash the shit out of it. I probably will. I just don't want to run it into my fan here. But and it'll beep a few times. And to get it going, you just up, down, up. And it starts to go. So let's see if we can get it up. Which, by the way, you do not want to get hit with this because that shit will hurt. I haven't done it yet, but it's still pretty good. So yeah, you got a little bit of flight. You see how you can actually fly it indoors. When you get close to the wall, it has a tendency, you know, obviously with the wind and everything, it has a tendency to pull the chopper into the wall. So you want to correct for that. Otherwise, you're just going to slam it to the wall. You know, that's just the way it works. That's just, I don't know if that's physics or what the fuck ever. That's just the way it works. So that is the SYMA S-8G Extreme. Sold at 7-Eleven of all places. So if you guys are thinking about getting it, I would say if you're a beginner, you could get it. However, the downfall, I forgot to say the downfall of the thing, obviously with a lot of these choppers, these electric battery operated choppers, is that your flight time is very, very limited. It takes 4 hours to charge, they say, a full 4 hours. It actually took this one probably about 6 or 7 to charge fully. And from that, you get 10 minutes of flight time. 10 minutes. Now, obviously, that's what the, it's actually in flight. It's actually the propellers are spinning, they're up there. I think I probably actually got around 20 minutes, but that's just because, like I said, the 4-year-old was flying it. It was on the ground a lot. So, I mean, if you got a little kid and they're like, this is badass, then yeah, sure, go ahead and get it. It's $100. You can't really go wrong with it too much. I haven't seen anyone that's modded it yet, but I'm sure they have. So if someone has modded it, let me know, because I would like to do that with this. Make it fly a little longer, maybe a little faster, maybe a little higher. Who knows? So thanks for watching. And peace the crap out.